So
Okay.
thank you for joining the Green DG Hub video interviews. We're interviewing people from the Slovenian startup ecosystem. And first of all, can you please introduce yourself? What do you do? What motivates you in the everyday life?
Okay. Well, thank you for inviting me to this interview. I'm primarily by education, I'm a philosopher. I also teach ethics and philosophy at the Faculty of Education at University of Primorska. But what is like my personal drive or what I have been mostly doing all my life is trying to support the development of social economy, meaning social enterprises and cooperatives mostly. So I guess what motivates me is trying to find some social practices, some different kind of practices in society that would, on one hand, be enough to support development that we need and the economic needs that we do have, and on the other side, give us as a humankind an opportunity to live a dignified life, respectful life, a good life. Yeah.
And what shaped your path? What motivated you to join, especially social entrepreneurship?
Well, it started a bit as a coincidence. I was in 2011 started to work with a group of people in Maribor who were invited to develop programs, social and ecological programs for European Capital of Culture. Maribor was a city capital of culture in 2012. And we had this great opportunity to develop some projects in relation to social and ecological thematics. And at that time, I was not into research or something about social economy. And we were researching the societal circumstances in Maribor. And we found out that we have needs like about sustainable food production, like sustainable mobility. Inclusion of Roma people, inclusion of migrant people. So we started to think what kind of organizations and what kind of content to develop to support people in addressing these needs for sustainable food, for social inclusion, for sustainable transport, and so on. And this is how it came out. Okay, we need cooperatives, we need social enterprises to address this. So this is how we started. And already in that year, when Maribor was capital of culture, we developed a couple of cooperatives in the field of food and transport, sustainable mobility, and social inclusion. And also we started to develop some support programs, how to support new cooperatives, how to support people when thinking about it, how to educate people on the topic of social economy. So this is how I came into it. Yes.
And like when you coach students, how do you teach them to distinguish between a real social need and one that is just a nice topic?
Yes, this is a very important question because people are usually like, we are very fast. We see some social problem, and we just try to think about what if we would do something nice, but it's not enough. You need, what I try to do with students, I try to engage them in participatory approach, meaning that if you want to address people's needs, you have to go to people and you have to talk to them and you have to loosen them up so that they talk to you. And you have to find a way how to address people and motivate them to join the development of some new like project or a new like a product. So this participation of those who will use something, it's very important. So what I try to coach students is that they have to start with this empathy for their society. It can be in their apartment block. It can be like a struggle for parking spaces. It can be a question what to do with elderly parents, grandparents, how to address the needs of elderly population. It can be something from your life, but you have to go directly to people. So I guess this is most important to start to develop some some products that are really needed and not forced on people.
And when you teach students, what are the most common types of gaps that they have in their skills or knowledge, and how do you address them in your courses?
So it's very different. It depends on who the students are. So most of my students, I teach at the DOBA faculty, business school in Maribor, on online programs. And most of the students there are in the field of business or in the field of social management of education, and so on. Mm-hmm. So it depends. When we have like business students, then they do have business knowledge and also motivation, but they don't understand really what it means that in social economy we have like democratic processes, participatory governance in organization, participatory inclusion of workers, of stakeholders, and so on. So this group of students would need more emphasis on economic democracy, for instance. On the other side, when we have like students of social sciences or humanities, they would need more emphasis on business side, because they're already very motivated to develop democracy, to develop participatory approach. But I must say that all of the students, no matter where they come from, they already have a lot of inclination for looking for some social impact. So I guess this is not the gap. No matter who the students are, they're very, very inclined to looking for some solutions for social problems. Yes.
And what must an impact-ready pitch deck include for Slovenian funds?
Yes, I mean, I would say beside the classical elements that any founder or a developer of a project or a product or something needs, beside these basic elements like understanding your environment, developing a business plan with needs, product, customer side, and so on. So there would be this, as I already mentioned, this question about participatory engagement of the users, meaning that you do not start to develop a project or a program or a product without having this. I would say this would be like additional part in the like a business canvas or whatever you would use when preparing yourself with the project. So it would be like participatory process in identifying the needs of people and also in developing the product. This would be part. Then also what would be special part beside classical elements would be how this economic democracy is working in organization. Because we know social economy organizations are very special in this aspect that they do not have like a classical pyramid leadership. They have economic democracy. And this has to be implemented in all aspects of an idea, of an organization, of a product, and so on. Mm-hmm. So this would also be very important. And also to show your personal attachment to the matter. Because in social economy, it's hard like saying, I'm just a businessman, I'm just doing a product, I'm just doing something. You have to show, why are you engaged in this? What is your stake in this? Because this is part. In social economy, we are always included as people. It's always about people and groups of people. So I guess this personal aspect also has to be covered in this pitch deck. It should not only be like a classical maybe canvas or something.
Mm-hmm. And where do you see like the biggest gaps in the regional socio-economic system? And what interventions do you think work?
Well, in Slovenia, we had this very strong development in past 10 or 15 years since the law on social entrepreneurship was accepted in 2011. But what happened is that we had, like for 10 years, a lot of enthusiasm. We had a lot of development of the people started with all their energy, very personally engaged, enthusiastic. And we did not develop enough systematical support, meaning that the social economy organizations like social enterprises and cooperatives did not develop like a national second level network, like an umbrella organization, which would represent the sector in advocacy, which would maybe develop standards that would be really going for the whole national development of social economy. So I guess we are now in some sort of a transition from this enthusiastic part, from the enthusiastic decade, into more structural, more strategic, more networking phase. And I guess this would be very important that we in the sector do cooperate a lot with the Ministry of Economy, which is a responsible ministry for this, and also with faculties, universities. I also work at the faculties and university. I'm also in the sector, so we try to really connect all the actors, the stakeholders. I think this is the good approach now. For next few years, we need to develop this umbrella organization. We need to develop standards of education, standards of maybe quality in the sector and similar.
Mm-hmm. And so as final words, our project is aimed at like young entrepreneurs who we teach them how to create their own sustainable business using AI. What recommendation would you give young people to join our project, Green Digi Hub?
Well, I would say that if a young person is interested in business and they feel like it's not only business that they want to do, it's like they feel that there is something more that they wish in their life, not just make money. So I guess this is a very good starting point when, as a young person, you can start to develop this balance between you have a responsibility for you, for your society, also for future generations. You have responsibility for the planet and so on. And on the other side, you already have this, you can learn how to understand that you do have power, that you can empower yourself and others to actually do something more than just follow the highway or the mainstream. And I think this is the biggest reward when you see that you are empowered part of society and you can actually do some things in your society which change lives, and you don't feel so helpless. So I guess for young people, if they have this feeling of trying to find some place for themselves in the system, which is not only about forcing yourself into more and more money making or more and more survival fighting, but to be part of this creative society which is strong and empowered to take care of themselves. So I guess this is the right way to start, to go into social economy, to start a cooperative or a social enterprise. And it's very rewarding in this personal feeling, even though, yes, maybe it's less rewarding in material. Yes, it is actually, but it does bring a lot into our lives personally and in the community.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Thank you very much for taking part in this video interview series, and I will upload it to YouTube and Spotify, and I will be happy if you can also share it among your network. Thank you, Hanna, for connecting us.
Thank you for joining us very much, Dr. Babič. And I'm sorry for the meeting was already in the recording mode when I joined, so I didn't want to disturb her. But we're very grateful to have you here.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
It was nice talking to you. Bye.